What's up, everyone? Welcome into the Titans sector. If you're a Titans fan, this is the place to be. The takes are hot, the passion is real, and the opinions are sure to collide. I'm Van. As always, I'm joined over here by my man Ghost, and we're really excited about today's pod, man. Before we get into our special guest on today's pod, just want to take a moment to remind you guys, since you're here watching, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. It helps our algorithm a lot, gets our content out there. Share the content with a fellow Titans fan. I know you guys probably are tired of hearing me say this, but I'm going to ask it every single time. But we appreciate you guys being here so much. Now, let's stop yapping. Let's get to the meat of the show. TJ, tell us who we got coming on today and introduce them.
We have a very well-known Titans fan. Does all kinds of cool stuff on his YouTube over there at Mr. Titan channel. So
there it is.
Go ahead and bring him in.
What's up, man?
What's up, man?
What's happening, gentlemen? What's up? Hey, I was up top. Now I'm down low. I like it.
Swap you up. Swap you up.
Live swap, bro. Live swap.
You know it. You know it.
Well, thanks for coming
on,
man.
So,
thank you.
Basically, what we're going to do today, Mr. Titan, is we're going to just kind of ask some questions, man. Get to know about you, what you do, the things you provide to the Titans community. And we'll go ahead and kick it off with Van.
All right, man. So tell me, buddy, you know, obviously you're out there. Like, to me, by the way, I'm so happy to have you on here because as a Titans fan that has been a Titans fan forever and a day and is new into this realm, if you will, I've watched you for years. So it's kind of like, you know, Mr. Titan to me, you were like the first any kind of podcaster, any type of presence that I saw for the Tennessee Titans. And you took that name, Mr. Titan. I'm like, nobody can beat that. Like that's like
I came up with it within like 2 seconds, by the way. I didn't even think about it. I was just like, Mr. Titan. Okay, let's go with it.
Sounds good.
Well,
Sounds
clearly
good.
it worked. Clearly it worked. So yeah, to me, you're like a legend in the game. I appreciate you being here. But what I will say is, tell us, how did you become a Titans fan, right? Like, where's the origin story for you there?
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for the kind words. It really does mean a lot to me when it's something that kind of just came out of nowhere and you know, one day kind of sprung up on me. But I appreciate the kind words. And you guys yourselves are doing a great job. Again, everyone starts off like that, and it kind of just, you build that momentum and you don't let any of the outside noise affect you, and just keep focused on, you know, eyes on the prize, and you guys will do it. My fandom, my love for the Tennessee Titans, you know, I was born in Jersey, left Jersey when I was like 6 or 7 years old, and lived most of my life in Miami. Now, at the time, my dad is a diehard Miami Dolphins fan. So could you say I was a Dolphin fan? I have pictures that the shirts and the clothing I had was Dolphins, but you get me, I wasn't providing. I didn't go out and buy them. My parents did.
It's so funny, man. That's the way my childhood was.
Yeah,
my stepdad was a Dolphins fan.
Yeah, so
and
if you
get me Dan Marino stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So if you look at the photos when I was younger, you're like, damn, you're a Dolphins fan. So I'm like, no, absolutely not a Dolphins fan. But you know, my dad loved the Dolphins, and I would watch the Dolphins occasionally. But I really started to kind of really like football and get into football close to 99 when you know, Titans, and my favorite position at that time was running back. So like I said, I loved watching any type of running back that was good. But you know, Eddie George popped up in the screen. I was like, man, I like the colors. I like that team. I think I'm going to piss my dad off, and I'm going to be a Titans fan. You know, I wanted my own, you know, I wanted my own team. I wanted everyone in my family were Dolphin fans. It was cool and stuff, but I'm like, no, I kind of want to be the oddball out. So I ended up, you know, following the team and haven't looked back since. And there's been some good days, and there've been a lot more bad days, but you know what, at the end of the day, I don't think I would have picked another team, man.
That's awesome. I love that, man. You and Ghost got a lot in common between the Eddie thing, between the Dolphins thing.
Yeah, I mean, let me tell you, like, I still have, my dad passed away. He left me a Dan Marino jersey. It's still in my closet, and I'll rep that thing. I won't wear it. I have it in my closet, But like my mom came from Miami a couple weeks ago and she brought a bunch of photos. She's like, hey, this was in, your dad's thing. And I look at it, I'm like, man, like anyone would think that I was a clearly a big Dolphins fan. Like my birthday, I had a Dolphins jersey on. I had a Dolphins helmet. I'm like, this is terrible. Like I can't the Titans Twitter would like murk me.
Dude, I was about to say, man, with as much heat as like Tic Tac gets and other people for some of that, if those photos get leaked TMZ style, you're toast.
I'm done. They're like, oh, you're Mr. Dolphin. Well, here's the funny thing. Okay. So sports wise, okay. I'm a huge New Jersey Devils fan. Love the Devils.
Okay, yeah.
You already know. New York Knicks fan.
Knicks.
Yeah.
New York Yankees. And the only thing I kind of shied away was football. So everyone's like, "Oh, you're a Giants or a Jets fan?" Like, no, I'm a Titans fan. So when I first started the pod, I didn't have any of this in the background, right? I only had a couple things.
Yeah.
I had, I think I had that Titans flag right here on the right. I know in the middle, and then I had a New Jersey Devils flag, and on my other side, I had the New York Yankees, and people were hounding me like, "Are you going to take off that Yankees flag? You're a Titan." I'm like, "This is crazy." They didn't care about the Devils. The Yankee flag was bothering them. They're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm from Minnesota, and you have a Yankees flag." Like, I'm like, "Wow!" Like, you guys, I had to change it, but it's crazy the fact that people were like, "Oh, you're Mr. Yankee. You're not Mr. Titan." I'm like, "What? Like, are you kidding me?"
As a side note, it's a good thing you're not a Dolphins fan because the name Mr. Dolphin sounds terrible.
I mean, yeah, it was just like something I was just like, man, these people are. So then I had to kind of like, all right. And at that time, I only had a few things from the like Tennessee Titans wise. So I put like 3 or 4 other items and left the flag. So at first the back was like, it was like maroon. It was such an ugly color. I don't know why I had that at first. And that was it. It was like an empty. They had no helmet cases, nothing like that. And it was so empty in this garage that like you heard my echo. That's how like it was just bad.
Yeah.
I didn't need
It looks good, man. It
was
looks
just
real good.
Thank
Hey,
you.
the growth has gone up.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%. 100. And again, it came along with the show, with the podcast, on just meeting players and just overall just a fan experience, man. It's been a fun ride. It's been a long ride. I think I've been doing it for 6 years, but it's been awesome, man. So
That's awesome, man. Yeah, like Van said, I remember watching. You were like one of the first ones I started. So being in Ohio, there's just not much going up here. Titans, man. I'm pretty far away, and even when I was a kid, I mean, I could barely watch games. Like you didn't really have the internet. I mean, you had internet, but it wasn't worth a lick back then. And like e-commerce wasn't much, so you weren't finding a ton of Titan stuff in stores. It's very, very similar. So like once like YouTube started to happen back in. I started like to see Titans like highlight. I remember watching the Chris Johnson highlight after we drafted him. I remember it buffering, which is so funny to think about. It's like not a thing anymore. But yeah, man, I remember
know what that
early
is.
on.
What's wrong with the internet? Why is it not moving? I'm like, yeah, I know about that. Yeah.
So, man, as a Titans fan, we all have like a favorite memory. So what's your favorite memory of the Titans?
As like game wise, person like
Can
be
if
anything.
You met somebody. It could be a game you went to. It could be an actual something that you saw happen.
Man, you know what? There's several. There's quite a few, and it's not me because I know there's certain people that watch us and be like, oh, like Haley will be like, oh my God, you always talk about that. But like it's a once in a lifetime thing that's happened, and I've mentioned it several times. And I'll give you a couple stories because I can't name just one because there's just so many. I think my top of the list is just me creating just a safe space for Titan fans and a little community that I could come on the internet and talk about Titans, and people know what I'm talking about. And I live in Dallas. And that was the reason why I kind of started the YouTube channel. Is like, I had no one to talk to on Sunday. Everyone was talking about the Cowboys. Either they were pissed off at the Cowboys because they lost, or they were talking about how they were going to go to the Super Bowl because they won. So and I'm like, I don't want to go to work and talk about that. They're like, well, what about this guy? And they're like, oh yeah. All they would say is, oh yeah, Derrick Henry. well, they're like there's more to the team than Derrick Henry, but
Yeah.
so me separating from that and like, you know what, I would like to build not only just a little platform for myself to talk to people, but would like to try to do an impact, because everyone does a platform and that's fine, that's cool, and if that's the route you want to do. But I really wanted to have an impact on not only the community, just in people's lives in general. And I'm like, how can I kind of put that together and make something come about? And just the amount of people that has supported me, I mean, or watched me at all, even clicked on the video and got to watch maybe 30 seconds, a minute, because I watched some of my old videos. I'm like, man, how do you guys sit through this? Like, you really must really love the Titans, because I'm be like, dude, what is this guy saying? Like, I would stutter all the time. I would look away. There was times where I would have a whiteboard with all the stuff I have written. I'd be like, so the Titans are doing again, my growth, speaking wise, just comfortable on the screen, because it is weird. At least you guys have each other to bounce back from. But to talk about Titans and have no one to talk back, and you kind of have to. It's it's harder than it really is, and I feel like just the community itself and what I kind of built with the Mr. Titan event, and having it from day one being something so small and having maybe 40 people at its peak when I first started, and then now having where I'm renting out the whole restaurant, where in the beginning it was just the back of the restaurant, like, hey, yeah, you just get the patio. I'm like, cool. Now they're like, yeah, you outgrown the patio. We need to give you the whole restaurant. Like, let's do it. So that's probably my biggest accomplishment, like thinking about like as a Titans fan. And then just meeting people that are super close, like they're like my second family. Like when I go to Tennessee now, I'm not uncomfortable. Hence why I did the Mr. Titan event, was not just because I wanted to do something where, hey, just, people wanted to hang out. But I remember going, my first game was like in 2011, going by myself to Nashville and not knowing anyone. At the time, I didn't have Twitter or anything like that. And just going to the game, literally no tailgates, just went straight to the game, took a couple pictures, watched the Colts and Andrew Luck beat the Titans. And I was like, cool. Then head back, and that was it. That was my trip to see. And now I was like, I don't want people to feel like that. I want people to, even from out of state, I want them to feel welcome and comfortable. So the event Saturday, like, it's kind of like people say, like, they're like, hey, that's kind of like a yearly thing. That's what we want to do. Like, it's a tradition now. I've been coming 6 years. It's gonna be the 6th year this year doing the event, but a bunch of people. The first year that we did it was Arizona versus the Tennessee Titans, where Taylor Lewan got mollywopped. But a bunch of people from Arizona come to the event. They're like, "Oh, this is awesome! Like, we didn't know where to go, and we were glad we heard about this." And that's what I wanted. I wanted people from outer state that didn't know what to do on a Saturdays, where they could meet Titan fans and maybe share some stories, make new friends, and that's it. Built up so much where now it's a thing, and I love it, man.
That's awesome.
It's awesome. And it resonates with me because we get attached to players, obviously. Like, you saw people got with trading Jarvis Brownlee, and we didn't even have him for that long. People got all bent out of shape about it.
Don't make me talk about Marcus.
Yeah. Well,
he said hot takes. Okay.
Well, our fandom transcends that. You know what I mean? Titans fandom, and like what you're doing, and it's actually the same reason why I hopped on Twitter. I actually stayed away from Twitter for years, and you hear outside it was so toxic. But I have found it is like such a great place to meet Titan fans and talk and have some access. You know what I mean? And I had no idea I'd be where I am right now, which is basically nothing. But like, I have made some friends. I got Van. I'm meeting you, and we'll be at your event. And so I'm excited about it, man. So I think that is an awesome memory to have as a Titans fan.
Well, for sure. And if you think about it too, like a lot of people, will be on Twitter. And again, Twitter could be, it's a double-edged sword. It really depends on how you take it. I mean, there's going to be always trolls. There's always going to be someone with something negative, something negative. I mean, I've had someone, I went to training camp. I flew in for just a day, did the training camp, and I flew out the same day. They're like, "Oh, you can't hide money." I'm like, "What do you mean I can't hide money? Like, I'm broke. What are you talking about?" Like, I literally, like, I had to work the next day. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I can't hide money. Like, clearly I can't find it because, I was like, there's always going to be someone like that, And
Yeah. That's hilarious, man.
yeah, I was just like appalled. I was like, why would you do that? But, that's how people are, man.
Well, so great segue. You're talking about, you just brought it up. So I'm like, all right,
go ahead.
You talked about going to training camp. Well, here we are. We're recording this as the Titans just put their pads on today for the first padded practice at training camp. So we wanted to get your thoughts on this new era, right? I mean, like, obviously we've got some of the new swag that we're wearing. We've got a rebrand that we've been underneath. We got a brand new coaching staff. We got a bunch of new players. So, like, what's the Mr. Titan opinion? Where's your faith levels out? We've had some tough years, right? So what are you thinking about it?
So I've learned through those tough years not to say anything until you get on the field. And that might be such a like cop out, but it is. I try not to get over. I try not to overhype and not to underhype. A lot of people are like, "Oh, you're so negative." It's kind of how I deal with things. I'm like, okay, I see the plays. They look nice. Yeah. When, going 1-on-1 or they're just throwing the ball, and that looks good. But I remember, and I'm gonna ruffle some feathers here, but it's okay. That's what we're here for. Marcus Mariota. I forgot what year it was when I was reading, and they were like, "Man, Marcus Mariota has been 15 for 15, has not." And he's been on point through training camp. First game of the preseason game, he throws a pick six. I'm like, okay, there it is. So that's where I'm like, okay. I mean, you could do a million things, right? You could look flawless. Now, don't get me wrong. The team's going to have its up and down. It's going to happen. I'm just looking forward to seeing if they can succeed and at least positive going forward from last year. And that's not really saying much, but at the same time, I already I feel like Robert Saleh, I feel like he has the team where it needs to be. I liked his approach. Just even seeing a couple videos of him, like, half-fiving some of the players that are like working out or like even stretching. I'm like, okay, yeah, it's just a little bit of a different, I guess, take from Callahan, which
was an absolute train wreck.
Yeah.
I mean, the
like
thing,
Sunday school. They were just going to Sunday school playing patty cake.
It was terrible.
I totally vibe with your take there about, wait until it comes out, because I mean, anybody that's been a Titans fan long enough and has lived through everything we've lived through, you're going to have those moments where everybody comes out and says, hey, for instance, Will Levis is our next franchise quarterback, and then we get burned with our own words. And then people, especially if you have a platform like yourself, there's going to be those people that dig up the words and want to just rub salt in your wounds or just be trolls. So, I totally understand that.
Hey, and like I said, I'm okay with accepting, like, hey, I was wrong. That's cool. I have no problem with that. Hopefully, most of the time, I hope I'm wrong. Then I'm right. But, it is what it is. I'm human and we make mistakes. And sometimes I get the fans' perspective of wanting something to click because it's been so long since we've been good. I mean, like I said, Ryan Tannehill came in and I was like, okay, when he first came, I was like, okay, well, he's going to be a backup. Again, I have a bunch of friends from Miami. They already know who Ryan Tannehill is. I already know. I'm like, okay, he's just going to be, a old school veteran. That's fine. And then for him to come and kind of take this team, and I don't know why a lot of people give him so much crap. Yeah. I understand, because Titan fans could be very, very, especially they don't forget. We could be really, really good, but if you mess up once, they'll never let you forget that one mess up. So yes, that playoff game, I was there. I was freezing my ass off in the stadium. Those 3 picks sucked. but you got to remember what he did, how we got there was
right.
You know, Brian. And so I get you could be upset, but to say that he wasn't good or he wasn't a good player and this and that, and you can't, man. He did a lot for the franchise for the little time that he was here, man.
Yeah, 100%. And it's funny you say that because it's like that's a great example. I thought the same thing about Ryan Tannehill because I was an SEC guy. Yeah. So I followed him. So I knew he was a wide receiver in A&M, watched him in A&M, and I thought, oh, clear back up. You know, Mary Goda's got it. And the next thing you know, I don't know what the heck I'm talking about. Yeah. But frankly, I don't think any of us did, if I'm being honest. So
the back half of that season was so different from the front half. Like when I think back on it, like it was just the vibe shift was crazy.
Well, when we picked up Mariota, I remember because I was in Miami and I was like, at that time there were rumors. I don't know if you guys remember, there was talks of trading for Phillip Rivers, and I was like, I'm down. I was like, I'm down. Bring him Phillip Rivers. That's cool. Switch our number 2 spot. Get Phillip Rivers. I don't care. I just didn't think. I didn't think Mariota was gonna be it for the Titans. And I remember going to, if you remember, that first game of the season was in Tampa Bay.
Tampa.
It was number 1 versus number 2, Winston and Mariota. And I remember driving with my mom to Tampa, and we got there like 10 minutes late, and I was telling her to hurry up. My mom's a little bit of a heavy woman, so I'm like, hey man, we're let's go. I'm going, and we're going to the stadium, and I'm pressing the refresh on the ESPN app, and if you remember the game, I mean they scored like that, and I'm like, great, he just scored a touchdown around, like we're winning. She's like, oh my god, I'm going. We're watching that game, I'm like, oh man, maybe I was wrong. I'm like, again, it's just one game. But I mean, if he plays like this, then and we looked good. We looked really good.
Yeah.
I mean, and then it was taken from us, you know.
It was like a Levis first game, just not a Levis level collapse, but it was a Levis like first game.
With the Levis thing, I knew better because I've been there. I'm like, nope, I'm like, I don't care how many touchdowns you throw, it's not gonna get me, no sir. I'm like, you can do all this, and I was good because I've as a Titans fan, I used to get really, really emotional and get really pissed off. So when the Titans would lose, don't talk to Alex. Don't talk to him for Sunday. It's over. My Sunday is over. I don't want to talk to anyone. I'm giving you attitude. I'm in my room. I was like a little kid. And I think throughout the years, I've developed just that recipe, and I've learned. I mean, I worked on myself. I channeled it in, and you know what? I'm like, hey, it is what it is. You know, a loss, it's going to happen. If it does, it's, you know, what am I supposed to do? Unless I'm betting on it, which I don't like betting. So, but other than that, I was just like, hey, you know, it is what it is. And some people, a couple people were really, really mad at me after the Bengals game because after we lost and the way we lost, I was walking, I was telling the Bengal fans good game and shaking their hand, and the people that were with me were like, don't shake their hand, don't do that. I was like, it is what it is. I mean, what are you gonna do? They won, they're happy, because guess what, if that was us, I would have been like, you know,
right.
I'm like, it is what it is. It's
right.
But it was a sour spot. They had to remove me from the stadium after, because I just sat there. I was just looking at the field. I was like, I actually have a picture of me. It said, "Thank you, fans." And I was just like, it's terrible. I was just like, wow, we lost the way we lost. It was
rough. It was, you know, being a Titans fan is phenomenal for maturity and personal development, isn't it? It's really, really forces you to grow.
Nothing better than that, man.
Titans fandom and marriage, top 2.
I'd say number 1 is Titans, then maybe second marriage. You're right.
All right, TJ, what you got next, man?
Yeah, man. So basically, what we're going to talk about now is the your podcast. You said you've been doing it for 6 years. We've watched it. You've done a lot of creative stuff, kind of like a MTV Crib style, like fan caves and stuff like that. So, talk a little bit about your podcast, like how it started and that kind of backstory.
Well, like I said, you know, living in Dallas, I wanted my own space and wanted to do my own thing. And I think the best thing about, you know, the podcast and the show is not only just talking to fans, but being creative and trying to think outside the box on doing something that a lot of people haven't done, or just kind of have your own twist on things. And I've I failed a lot more times than I had succeeded. I'll tell you that before I got anywhere. But you know, at first it was, you know, me just talking about the Titans, and I was like, that's kind of fun, and you know, some people listen and this and that. I'm like, I don't know if I want to talk about the Titans. Like, I don't want to be a news reporter. Like, I don't want to do that, but I kind of do on the, like, without getting paid. I'm like, oh, that's kind of weird. And like I said, I have ADD. My brain goes in 100 miles per this way. And
are we the same?
Like,
we are like the same person, Mr.
Yeah. So like me trying to focus on something, it's like I said, I have a million, like I write things down. I have to write things down because if not, they leave my brain and they'll never come back. So like I'll write like a million things down, like all my questions for my interviews, I write down. I just feel like I grasp them a little bit more. And then from there, like, just like, hey, what has someone else like done? Okay, they've done this. Okay, this is their style, and that's what I think you have to do when you're doing your podcast. So the most important thing is not to lose your creative output, what you like to do, why people go to see you, not what they want. Okay,
Yeah.
So everyone, like I said, everyone has their own style. You might not know it, but you do. Because I remember I was in training camp and this girl came up to me. She's like, hey, I love your podcast. It's just something about the way you say stuff. I'm like, what do you mean? Do I say stuff weird? I'm like, I'm just the way you like break the news. It's like, I like it. I'm like, oh, okay, thank you. Like, I'm like,
right.
Again, you don't realize that until someone tells you something like that. So I'm like, oh, that's interesting. So I'm like, I kind of mark that down. Okay, well, be on the lookout for the way I approach stuff, or the way I say stuff or express myself. Again, I'm Cuban, so I use my hands all the time. If you mute this video and just this is all you're gonna see, I always do that. Like it's something it's part of me. And so I think that's one of the most important things about doing the podcast. Now, like how it kind of broke out and kind of got people to notice. Like I said, my very first person I ever had on as an interview was Gerald McGrath, linebacker. Again, good friend of mine. And I remember having him on, and that's kind of where you start getting these people that don't like what you're doing because they didn't do it first. Hence the person we talked about earlier. And I said, wow, I said something. Again, it was my first interview, and I watch it now, and I'm like, oh, my God, it is terrible. Like, I didn't listen to one thing he said because I was curious. When I was asking the question, he gave me a great, thought-out response, and you think I would respond with something back. I was like, okay, and the next question is like, God, I'm like, that is so terrible. I just clearly just wiped my ass with his answer. And it's like, yeah. For the most part, a lot of people say that doing interviews is easy because all you do is sit back and let the person talk. But it's actually it's pretty hard, to be honest with you, to have that feedback and to kind of guide your conversation to the questions you kind of want to lead to, and also to kind of to build your questions, right? You don't want, when I interview these players and stuff, man, I've go through, days of interviews that they've done before 4 years ago, 5 years ago, because I don't want to have that same repetitive question. Yeah. You know, some of them you'll see them and you watch 2 or 3 videos. I'm like, oh God, they must be like
tired of hearing it.
Yeah, I'm like, oh God, fucking just like certain stuff like that. I'm like, I don't want that. I want it to be kind of natural, but also be like, whoa, like kind of surprise the player. Like, hey, that's pretty good. Like, how'd you pick that up, or where'd you get that? Or I never had that question before. So yeah. I really do my research when it comes to that, and it kind of just steamrolled, man. It kind of steamrolled from Gerald McGrath, and then, like I said, then I have, Jason McCourty on, and then I have Drew Bennett on, and I have Billy Volek, and I have all these players that I've watched growing up, and I could talk to them about games I watch. I'm like, hey, what the hell happened here? Or what were you feeling here? And it's really, really cool just to see that kind of snowball into kind of building a nice little plateau for me where I could ask a player or talk to a player directly, and they're like, oh yeah, I saw your stuff, or hey, you interviewed a buddy of mine, or like Billy Volek was like, here, have Drew Bennett's number.
I watched that one today, actually. I was looking back and I watched that one. It was a very good episode.
Yeah, and I was just like, wow, like I have Drew Bennett's number. Like, that's crazy. Like, I have Billy Volek. Like things that I would never in a million years think that would be able to do, but just through the platform and stuff. And like I said, top interview of all time is obviously Eddie George. I'm surprised I didn't break down and cry in that interview. I remember when it was all said and done, right? When I finished the interview with him, I sat right here and I cried. I cried. I was like, wow, I did it. Because I remember saying that was one of the reasons why I wanted to do the platform, was to get a chance to at least talk to Eddie or something, and to have a 40-minute conversation with just you and your idol was something I was like, and like it hit me, not at that moment, but once it was said and done, once I looked at it, once it was crazy. The first thing he said, and I have this saved, and I cut out the clip because I listen to it once in a while when I feel like, I don't know, like the channel's not growing, or I'm just not motivated, and I'll play that clip for myself. And he said, man, he's like, I really appreciate the platform that you have and the fandom and giving us and I was like, dude, right there, I could have just ended the video. I'm like, that's all. Yep. I was just like, holy crap. I was just like, and it took every ounce for me not to just bust out crying. Right. I was like, because it's your idol, right? Your idol's telling you, thanking you for something that, me talking on the screen. Like,
it's crazy.
It's wild, man. It's been a wild journey. Like I said, I think I've had maybe over 40 player interviews.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is not only just having a player interview, but actually building a relationship after. And I think that's, for me, that's the most important thing. Because it's not like, hey, I'm just using you because, hey, you're a player and I just want to get you views and that's it. Like, I've gotten very close and I got really good personal relationships with, for the majority, not all of them, all of them. I mean, some come and go. Like Kevin Carter, I barely talked to him, even though he said he'd come back on my show. I mean, I have him, he follows me, but it's like kind of like, okay, I get it. But like Dexter McCluster, every time I go to Nashville, we've been friends since the very beginning. He goes to every Mr. Titan event. I mean, me and him, like when I'm going over there, we'll go get dinner. I'll go see his family. It's something that's really, really cool.
Well, I think sometimes when us as fans, we get to the point where we watch these guys on the field and we cheer for them. And like you say, we idolize either certain players or numerous players, and we put them on this pedestal, right? And so we forget that these dudes are just real people like us, and when they're going out in the world and living their day-to-day life, I mean, they're just real people that want to connect, that want to have those relationships. And so it's cool for me to hear you say that's the pathway that you took. Because hey, I've been around sports my whole life, and I've had the pleasure of knowing some players at a minor league level, not having a relationship with a professional athlete, but those guys taught me a lot just about how they look at fan interactions and just relatability. I think sometimes that the barrier that presents it is when we treat them that way, you know?
You have to treat them like they're anyone else. And that's, I think that was one of the things that they appreciated more than anything, was that it wasn't like I was fangirling or anything like that. And don't get me wrong, it happens. You get your emotions, and I get it. But for the most part, just to treat them as equal and someone. So like I could call Dexter right now and say what's up, or Avery Williamson is another person. Justin McCarrans lives about 30 minutes from me, and we have, on occasions, I'll text him, hey, you want to go grab lunch? And he's definitely into UFC. So I have another podcast where I interview MMA fighters, and he texted me like, "Dude, I can't believe you had him on. That's so dope." But like, it's cool just to see kind of like their other side of them, you know?
Yeah.
And like I said, I think I've done a decent job on not only building their friendship, but you know, also just in general, man. It's such a cool thing to be a part of. Like Donnie Nicky is really close to me, and I'm really close to him. And like again, he's another player that's awesome. And I think that's the most important thing is a lot of people are like, okay, well, I want to get the interviews that a lot of people don't talk about, or players that haven't heard from. You know? You never know what a player is going through. You know, we have our own, you know, demons, and they have a lot as well. And I like to, you know, show them like, hey, you know, there are people that still care about you, or people that are curious in knowing what you're doing and stuff, regardless of if you were a practice squad player, if you played 1 year, 2 years,
100%.
you know? And Dinar Cersei is another one that, I mean, I was talking to him yesterday. He was like, "Hey man, when are you going to get me back on the pod?" Because you saw that I had a couple of his teammates coming on this week. And again, he was someone that I remember very vividly. I remember his name a lot and not seeing too much of him. But now, like, being that close to him and talk to him, you know, on a day he just got engaged to his girlfriend, and just like that, it's really, really cool. And like I said, they're just like regular people, and you don't put them like, you know, the superstars. You know, that's.
Well, I think one thing that's cool is like, and you know, you actually took one of my questions, which was who's your favorite interview, and I knew it was going to be Eddie, man, because
it was right on time though. It was right on time.
Right on time. I watched that interview. It was excellent, and I kind of had these feelings because I thought about myself in that spot, you know, and it's interesting when you could kind of feel emotion from you really in that spot, you know, because it's so real. But I think my thing, hearing you talk about your relationships and where you've gotten to and what you've been able to do for the Titans community, the thing is this isn't just your life. This isn't just what you're experiencing, which is a blessing for you. But also, side point, it's for all the Titans fans, and it's for the content of all these people that love and follow the team. So like going earlier to the interview when you said you wanted to do something that gives back and really does that's awesome, because that's what you're doing. And I think that building that life and having those relationships is just because you're doing it the right way. So that's really cool.
I appreciate that, man. I mean, like I said, at the end of the day, I think what I strive for, what I try to do is, you know, and help these players, right? And give these players a platform, because some players, you know, don't have a platform or don't really open up. Like I have on down the line, I'll break it here. I have Kenny Britt soon coming on. I've talked to Kenny Britt.
Awesome.
I have what's it, Beckham? Remember him? Like I have him, like, you know, down the line as well. So, and these are some players that went through some rough patches, especially in their football careers, that, you know, didn't pan out the way they wanted to. But it's good to let them get out that energy, that what they have, because there's a lot of them that have still built up stuff inside their bodies that they want to. And that's the thing. I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to grill you. I'm not trying to get as many views. Oh, you said this. Oh, let me get this clip and put it over here so I can get, like, no, I don't care about that. Like, this is solely focused on you. It's your time, whatever you want to say. I want to tell you guys one story that this is when you know it's not about views, because this could have gone crazy. I had Bernard Pollard on. Obviously, he's a stud. He didn't like the time with the Titans. I understand. The team was a hot mess. He just got out of winning the Super Bowl with the Ravens, and the team was all over the place. But I don't know why. Again, I asked this question, but I said, "Hey, if you were playing towards the end of the interview, the only interview that I actually edited, because I don't edit my videos, I said, hey, if I mess up this and that, this is as real as it gets. I don't want to, and it's a pain in the ass. I hate editing. So, but I did do this one. I go, hey, do you think you would be able to tackle Derrick Henry? And he said, that Joker, he's like, I would destroy him. I was like, the minute the question came out of my mouth, I'm like, why were you asking this? Why are you asking this? And he said, I would destroy that Joker. I was like, they're gonna murder him. They hate him already. I can't. I'm like, okay. I'm like, thanks, Bernard. It was nice talking to you. And then I ended it, and I said, I called my friend from Miami, one of my good friends. I'm like, bro, I just asked Bernard Pollard this, and he said this. He's like, I mean, he's like, you could get a lot of hit. I mean, a lot of people. Right. But I'm like, I don't want to do that. I'm like, he's like, well, he wouldn't say if he didn't want to, like, if he didn't mean it or he didn't. I'm like, yeah, you're right. But I'm like, you know what? So I actually edited that ending where I took that off. So, but it was crazy.
I will say this.
Crazy. What's up?
That is a head-to-head that I wouldn't mind seeing, because Bernard Pollard had that old school mindset. You know what I mean?
He was a dog. I mean, he was at the same time, like that was such a, I don't know where that question came out. Sometimes, you know, the conversation swerves, right? And you just kind of go with it. But I don't know why that the minute it came out of my, I was like, oh, why did I do that? I was like, why the hell did I ask that?
You're reaching out, trying to grab the words and shove
I was just like, it was gone. I was just staring at him. I'm like, whatever, just say whatever you want. It was one of the funnier moments of the interview process. You know, those are one. I had one like a month ago with David Cobb, and I have to redo it.
Yeah,
I have to redo it. I never posted it because there was nothing to post because I forgot to press record.
Man.
We talked for a whole hour, and I'm like, and David, I mean, he was pouring out his heart and his soul. He was like, I was like, man, we were having a good, and I was like, all right, man, thank you, David. And I went like this, and I went to press, and it says, you are now recording. And he was, and I looked at him, I'm like, I did a rookie mistake. I have so many interviews, like, I was like, but luckily, David's cool. He texted me out. He's like, bro, don't worry about it. Here's my number. We'll get together again. And I was like, I appreciate it. He's like, I had a good. So the good thing was that the interview was good. So it wasn't like he was like, hey, I'm not doing this again.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
yeah.
And you
good
kind of
conversation.
you kind of learn how to balance, or if you have to talk a little bit more than others. You know, some people like Donnie Nicky was hard to crack. He wanted to do the interview, but then he was like very like short on the answers. Like, oh, okay. I'm like, all right. Jason McCourty, completely opposite, obviously, you know, working in the studio. So he was like an open book. I was like, let's go, man. Like, let's do it. Steve Watterson, our strength coach coach, I mean, since the Oilers, I love Steve. Steve is the man, open book. And he could tell a story. That's what I love. Some of them like to talk that can't tell a story. Steve can do both. He can talk, but he can give you a story too. And I was just like, I'm just eating it up. I'm like, go ahead. See, he's like, yeah, you know that me and Greg Williams, the coach, we were roommates. I'm like, that is awesome. I'm like, he's like, yeah, we need to get Greg on. I'm like, do it. Tell him, go, Steve, let's go. So he has a lot of pull too, and just man, the good times with the interviews. Like I said, some of them didn't work out that well. I mean, now looking back at some of the interviews I do, I'm like, oh man, I'm like, oh, that could have been worked on a little. You know, it's always, you know, you're always your own
worst critique, you know?
Exactly. And I'm just like, oh, I'm like, oh, okay. And then, you know, at first I only wanted to do like 30 minutes, like 30 minutes, it should be okay. And then as I got a little bit better, I'm like, no, I think we're going to have to do an hour. And it's hard, especially for a player. For an hour, that's a lot of time.
Yeah.
Someone, you know, and I usually say, I'm like, hey, I usually go from this to this. It's usually an hour for the podcast, if you're okay. And for the most part, you know, I didn't have the confidence back then to say that. Like, hey, you know, I would be like, hey, if you need 10, 5, I remember the messages I would say 10 to 5 minutes if from your time would be awesome. Now I'm like, hey, it's gonna be an hour. Good. It's usually how and so it's crazy.
The old season pro, man.
Right. It's crazy how things work out like that. And, you know, for the most part, I would say like my favorite interview was Eddie George because of Eddie George. But following right there with them is Matt Hasselbeck was a lot of fun. He was he had a lot of insight, and he was really, really excited. Again, one of those And I think that's the thing that I liked. The hook was that a lot of people didn't have Matt Hasselbeck or interview him. He doesn't really. So, and he even said it, and it was such a random moment. I don't know what the hell got into me, but he like, I messaged him like at like 8 a.m. one time, and he answered back, and I was like, and I was just going, he's answering. I was like, all right, let's go. And he's like, hey, I'm going on a flight right now. He's like, let me know, because I was like, yeah, I would love to have you on. And he was another one that was like, yeah, I don't really take podcast requests, but some in me, I was like, yeah, sure, why not? And then they do their research and stuff. Delaney Walker was another one that.
Yeah, man, Delaney's a cool guy.
Yeah, he's super cool. Again, is one of those where when I first reached out to him, I wanted him to sign my jersey, right?
Yeah,
jersey right here. I'm like, hey, and I never do this, but I'm like, yeah, you know what? On Twitter, whatever. I'm like, hey, Delaney, would love for you to sign this. And he's like, sure, just let me know when you're in town. I was like, okay. I'm like, cool. So I messaged him. I'm like, hey, I'm coming. I think it was like in the next 2 weeks. Like I'm from Dallas. He's like, cool. Just hit me up and we'll get together. So I've gotten that a lot too. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Just let me know. And then I don't hear from him. So I'm like, I'm like, he's gonna. I'm like, which is cool. It's it's fine. So I get to Nashville, and I'm like, hey, Delaney, I'm here for the weekend. Just let me know. Blah blah blah. And he said, hey, let's go get drinks and downtown Nashville. I'm like, okay, what time and where? He's like, oh, I forgot what hotel was downtown. He's like, at this hotel. And I'm like, okay, sure, why not? I'm like, yeah, fuck it, right? So I get there, and I'm like, it's not gonna show up. I'm like, there he comes, Delaney. I'm like, he's like, what's up, man? I was like, what's up? He's like, come on, like, I'll get you a drink. He got me a drink. We sat down at the hotel bar, and we're talking, right? And I have the jersey there. Like I said, I'm like, well, this will be done, but
yeah.
So we're talking and we're conversating. He's talking about this, and I was like, well, I'm like, how did you? He's like, oh no. I go, how would you know that I wasn't like some nut? He's like, no. He's like, no. He's like, I looked you up before I am. He's like, I knew you were cool. Like I've seen your posts and I've seen your videos. He's like, I knew you weren't crazy. He started laughing, and then he goes, hey, Alex, look. He's like, you see that girl? I go, yeah. He's like, that's an escort. I'm like, you sure? Then the business guy came along. He's like, got him. It was so fun. I was like, that's pretty funny. He's like, yeah. He's like, we used to come over here. And he's like, I had a little, he said, apartment in downtown area, not too far. He's like, this is where they all hang out. And we were laughing about it. But again, super cool guy. And then after that, like, I got to know him, and I've seen him so many times that, it's pretty like on a regular where I would see him and say what's up to him. So that's another relationship that I kind of built,
that's pretty awesome, man. Earlier TJ had mentioned something, and I want to get to it because it's something that not only he and I are super excited about, but it's something that I want to give your platform because it's coming up. So TJ, why don't you ask him? Why don't you ask him about this thing? I'm so excited.
So there's this like a very cool thing that I have been talking about possibly going to for a while, and it has become a legitimate. I will be there. So will Van. We're going together, going to the season opener. So the Mr. Titan event, man. So
do it.
You talked about it a little bit. So if you want to touch on the history a little bit more.
Man, the history is crazy, man. 6 years. 6 years. I would never thought that my little idea would turn into something where it's like I said, I've had people go there that they live in Chattanooga and will drive in a day before just to go to the event. Like that is crazy to me.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
It is. It's one of those things where I wanted to give back, and that was one of the things I want to do. Not only with the channel, I'm like, how can I give back? So through the Mr. Titan event, right? Like we talked a little bit earlier about, people from outer state not knowing where to go, and we built such a cool atmosphere, and it's not a tailgate. So I want everyone's like, oh, you're gonna get wasted. Like you could. I mean, if you buy enough drinks, you can run this bar. But it's not all about that. It's kind of like it's the pregame, but it's the pregame, which is it's more chill. It's more of a
Yeah.
get together. You know, it's such a cool spot. It's in Hendersonville. It's called the Rudder. It's right off a lake.
Oh yeah, I know where that is.
Yeah, so you have the lake, you got the boats on the right-hand side, you have outdoor seating. We obviously have the indoor seating, and it's such a cool little spot. They've been more than nice to me. I love everyone that works at the Rudder, the owner, the general manager. I mean, every time I go there, they've been more than kind to me, and I'm really appreciative of that. And I wanted to make something where if you had a platform, if you had a local business, if you wanted to kind of share and give if you had recipes, if you had a store, Jim Lacey, I think you guys know Jim Lacey by any chance? Yeah. Cheesecake guy. I call him the cheesecake. He has in Clarksville, he has a shop. They just does cheesecakes. The best cheesecakes. Every time he's at the tailgate, I get it because he goes around and he'll start giving samples. I go, hey, Jim, if you have business cards, if you want to get your name out there, if you want to, samples of cheesecake, like you could do you can do it at the event. You know what? Your platform, my platform is your platform.
Yeah.
If you want to, I'll be my guest. There's another family that comes that they do, I think, syrup and sauce. So she'll bring a bunch, like even for like the raffles, to give some raffles away, and then I try,
cool.
Yeah, and I try to promote them as well. So any local businesses that you kind of are up and coming or want to do, let me know. I'll put your business card right next to my Mr. Titan cards, and I can promote you and let you know. And that was this thing is kind of like a team building for everyone. So it's not just me like, oh, Mr. Titan, this, that. That's cool if you watch the show or not, but the most important thing was I'm like, how do I make it different? And the thing I wanted to do, I was like, hey, I talked to a couple people. Haley helps me out. Kelly helps me out. There's a few people, females from Titans Twitter that help me out. And I was like, how do we? I want to do something. I like we have raffles. We're doing raffle tickets. Which, by the way, the raffles are always good. Like I gave away a signed Vince Young jersey that I had. I'm not. By the way, I'm not a fan of Vince Young at all, and I can't stand Vince Young. But I had at that time, I thought I liked him. I had his jersey. I have a signed Vince Young jersey. I had
that one was easy to let go.
Oh my God! It was. I didn't even think about it. It was gone. Last year we had a signed Cam Ward jersey. The year before that, we had a Jeffrey Simmons jersey. I mean, I usually with the interviews that I do with people, I try to gather as much Titans stuff I can.
Yeah.
My part to give away. So like I have a bunch. Let me show you. Like I have a thing of 8x10s of just pictures of after the interview. I'm like, hey, can I send you? This is for like, I mean, some of them are fighters. Like I have Kevin Dyson. I have Chuck Norris. This is not for sale. So you have.
Well, how does Chuck Norris make an appearance everywhere?
I mean, that would be cool. Like, so I have like a bunch. Look at the Matt Hasselbeck one I have. So like,
sweet.
Craig Hendricks. So I have like a bunch. So I look another Matt Hasselbeck. Like, so like I have a few of them that I get. Here,
it's a good signature.
There we go.
Oh yeah, CJ.
That one might be a hot deal. Well, yeah, Dexter McCluster. Dexter McCluster sent like 7 of them. You have Boscape, but this one's personalized, so that one. But like I said, like Jason McCourty. So like, there's a bunch that I usually try to get and I gather for the raffle. And if you haven't done the raffle, I promise you, that's one of the things that people love the most. That raffle is wild because I try to put everything I can into the raffles. And the most important thing about the raffles is that the money and all the stuff that I get, I try to donate it to an organization. So every single year we try to do a charity, and I usually try to pick it depending on what it is. I know the first year, what was the first year? The first year I think was for Bryce to get into a game. So we raised enough money in the event to get his transportation, the game ticket, his hotel, and then we got him on the field. And it was like Haley, again, Haley was the ringleader, and I was just backup. But after experiencing that, even though that day was chaotic and I was exhausted, I don't even remember the game. I was so tired. But the feeling I had after, I'm like, I like this. I want to do this more. I want to help more people like this. I think the second year we did for Landon, which is a Titans fan. We raised money for him. Oh, maybe that wasn't the second year. I know there was one for the hurricane or the tornado that happened a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So this year, the charity is an easy one. It's ALS. So we're using the foundation. So all the money that we get from, so I'll do the raffles, I'll do the posters, I do the event shirts. I have event shirts that I do that you could get.
Yeah, those are on sale now.
Yep, they're on sale right now. So if you do purchase an event shirt, you get 5 raffle tickets included, and it goes to ALS. So
very cool.
Yeah, so it's something that we've been doing. And I love it. I love doing the charity stuff, and I think it's something that's really, really neat. Helps the event, and it kind of gives it meaning, other than everyone coming together. So
yeah, it definitely does, man, and that's pretty awesome. I mean, giving back is already great, and I guarantee you, I'll help give back for raffle as well. I mean, that's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll donate for free, but if I can raffle something, man, I'll throw my hat in the ring for a chance.
There you go, man. I think this year we're trying to get, again, most of the raffles, like the prizes, it's donations from other people and stuff.
Yeah,
we're trying to do a Carnell Tate signed jersey. I know.
That'd be hot.
Yeah, that'd
be a hot item, man.
That would be. I mean, I do have a couple of Chris Johnson things. Do I have this sign? No, I have the Vince Young. I can sell that one. I don't even know why I have that damn poster on. That one should be gone soon. Yeah,
that's the best thing ever, man. Oh no, that one can go.
So don't get me wrong. It's a neat frame and the artwork. So I had someone that wanted. They're like, hey, I'm selling these. Would you be able to promote them and I'll give you a discount? I'm like, yeah, sure.
Oh yeah.
So it's Vince Young. It's signed by him, but you can't tell. But it's built on all his stats throughout the.
Oh wow.
So yeah, I don't think you can see it, but it's literally
cool.
Yeah.
That is cool. I mean, that's a very cool concept.
Yeah, it's a very cool concept. So
yeah,
give me this one, which I'm happy to give away. I have a Chris Johnson. I have a Steve McNair right there, and then
I see the McNair.
Yeah, and then I have Eddie George on the other side. So he gave me that. But yeah, man. So.
Well, I'll tell you just from afar, obviously like TJ said. So I lived in Nashville for about 12 years, pretty impactful 12 years of my life, and then moved down to North Alabama. So I'm like 2 hours away. But I'll tell you, I always wanted to make it out to one of your events, man. But it was just like life and being a dad and a new dad. And so this year, first year out there, I'm super stoked. It really hit home to me what you said earlier. And I just have to thank you for it because when you said hey, I went to a game, I took some pictures, I left the game, and that was it. That's an experience that I have felt numerous times. And unless you're going with a buddy, right? Let's say just TJ and I go, yeah, you have your buddy time or your family time that's memorable and enjoyable. But you just see there's so much more, And so that's awesome because that is such a huge thing to give fans. For instance, now we can reach out and say, Scoob, we'll see you there. Haley, we'll see you there.
Mm-hmm.
So many of the people that we interact with on Titans, Twitter and fandom, and actually make that personal connection, which really just goes to strengthen the connectivity of a total fan base. So that is really, and it's a lot of weight. Both TJ in the past and myself in the past have been in leadership roles of different type of organizational activities. That's a lot of weight for you to bear. And I just want to say from all the Titans fans that are out there that I talk to, when you're not in the conversations about your event and your efforts, and from TJ and I both, thank you so much for being willing to do this every year because we understand the toll and the responsibility, but it does mean a lot. And I think we speak for all of Titans fandom when we say that.
Absolutely.
I appreciate that, man. It is it is chaotic. You know, don't get me wrong. It is wild. It's hot, and there's a lot of people asking for a lot of things. And this, did you do this? Did I get this? And now, like, I added, you know, like I bought a stereo last year, so I had the stereo like I bring. So like I drive down. Like last year, I drove from Dallas, Texas to Nashville. And I had so much stuff in the car because I had the raffle, I had my banner, and I was like, okay, what are we getting here? We're getting this, and there's that. Oh, okay, T-Rex coming, and T-Rex coming at 3:00. All right, what do we have over here? Okay, this guy. All right, Dexter's calling me at one point. Calling me the other. I'm like, and then Dexter's like, hey, bro, you didn't answer. I'm like, my bad. Like, I'm doing a million things. So it is chaotic, but it is well worth it at the end of the day. Once I'm done, I'm like, wow, like I can actually sit back and say, like, wow, like I did something where it not only improved like people's personalities, or not people's personalities, but people's perspective on game day experience, but just overall, like, man, like, you know, they're like, we have to do like name tags with people's like, Twitter handles.
Yeah.
We found out that the first time because people were like, hey, are you Titan Man? No. I'm like, oh, no. I'm like, oh, Titan Man guy is over there. And Titan again, people didn't know their names. They just know the Twitter handles.
Exactly.
So we like, okay, we have to like like I said, every year is a learning step. So we're like, hey, name tags, we'll put the Twitter handle, put it on. So then, and then we're like, man, there's people that I didn't even know that were in Twitter here that like I talked to like years ago, and like I never even met them. Like, and like it's kind of cool to kind of be the outside guy all the way from Texas and gathering all like the Titan fans and be like, well, this would have never, you know, we would never seen each other if it wasn't for your event. So I really, really take pride in my event. I like I said, I put my heart and my soul. By the end of the day, like I'm done. But as long as the Titan fans are enjoying it and they're having a good time, and usually for the most time, the food's good in the rudder, the drinks are good, the atmosphere itself, you know, you have the music, the DJ, and then the raffles that starts at 3:00. And then from then on, I mean, you never know who shows up at the event, which is really, really cool. And I don't want to toot my own horn, and I don't want, because I did that the first time. I said, hey, this person and this person's coming, and only one person. I don't do that anymore. I said, hey, there might be several players coming. You just gotta wait and see. And it's been cool for the past guests to come. You know, I had Gerald McGrath one year, Dexter has come every year, Steve Watterson, Donnie Nicky, and I had T-Rack before. So it's been fun, man. It's been a blast. And I just, it's something that the minute the event ends, the next year event, the planning
begins.
Starts, right?
Yeah.
So like last year, I had the Vice City because, I mean, not the Grand Theft Auto. Because, you know, that damn game was supposed to come out. So I'm like, oh, this is perfect. You know, Grand Theft Auto, we'll do it like that, like Titans. And obviously that didn't happen. And I was like, oh. And so I already had that kind of like from the year before. I already had that, and I was good. I didn't have to worry about the poster. This year was kind of different, where I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do with the poster. I'm like, and I'm trying to think of a design. And then once the new logo came out and the uniforms, I'm like, well, I definitely have to do something with, like it's a must. I'm not gonna. And then next year, I'm like, again, thinking ahead of time. Obviously, the stadium has to be somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's going to be that. I think obviously this event's going to be good, but next year's event is going to be massive, just because again, everyone's going to be coming for the new stadium. I think this year also is going to be nice because of the CJ 2K thing. I think a lot of people are going to pay their respects and go to that game as well. It's a little bit different when it's the first home game compared to the second game home game, if you get what I mean. Like, we already lost the away game, now we're going back home, and like the vibe is very low.
Yeah, the vibe's different.
It's different. I like this one where it's right off the bat.
Boom, fresh.
Yeah, so it's fresh. Oh, the year before that's what it was. The year before that, we had a Will Levis signed jersey, and that was like hot. If I did that this year, people would be like, get this out of here. Like, it was so funny. we got that sign by Will Levis, and people were going. It's like, oh yeah, I need to win that. I'm like,
100%.
Like a year later, I'm like, God, that would have been terrible if I tried it this year.
I mean, how 12 months changes things, you know?
Right?
Right.
Like, holy
ooh.
cow. Not even 12 months in total, but yeah.
People are like, nope, not even close. But you know what? This bad boy will be right up there with it. I'll put this in, and you can keep the frame and everything. I framed it, everything. You can.
Look at that, man. You heard it here first, guys. Breaking news.
Well, man, you can take this to the bank. Next year, if you're looking for some design work, I love networking. We're friends now, as far as I'm concerned. So tap into GhostTitan, man.
Okay.
I'll help you out for sure.
I was friends before, but I got you. No, it makes sense.
design extraordinaire. All right, hey TJ, you got anything else to ask our friend here?
No, man. Yeah, just have him let viewers know like where the Mr. Titan event is this year and when, and we can outro, man.
So definitely, it's always going to be not always. I can't, knock on wood. I don't know. But as of right now, it's going to be at the Rudder in Hendersonville. It's September 12th, I think. If I'm not, Saturday, and it usually starts. I put it because it's kind of like not an all day thing, but it's like set in the middle. But I usually put it from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. around 6. It kind of extends. Now, the most important thing is to be there before 3 p.m. 3 p.m. is when the raffle starts, and then we'll do it every I think it's 30 minutes. We'll give away something, so you don't want to miss it. Stay before 3 p.m. That's where the action starts.
That's where the fun begins with the raffling and your chance to win that Vince Young framed art right there.
Yeah, so excited. Please get this away from me. I actually have a helmet too, unfortunately. I have a couple things unfortunately signed by him. Like I have which is something that he was on the cover, Madden 08, maybe?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
10. Was it 10 or 8? No, it might have been 8.
Something like that. Well, I have
one
that,
of those.
and he signed that one too, but unfortunately it says to Alex numbnuts. He should have.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Well, if nobody takes it, sounds like there's a bonfire going to be happening.
Let me tell you, man.
So I know everybody watching this knows where to find you. So but I'm still going to give you the chance. Let everybody know your socials real quick.
I think it's Mr. _Titan5. I don't know if that's Twitter or that's Instagram. Just look. I'm
Mr. Titan will come up.
Just Mr. Titan. Yeah, Mr. Titan5. If anything, it's Mr. Titan5. I think on Instagram and Mr. _Titan5 on Twitter. Maybe I don't know, but yeah,
Mr. Titan, and you'll get there.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh,
yeah,
he'll pop up. He'll pop up.
Well, man, I appreciate so much you spending time with us this evening and kind of just going and shooting the breeze, man. It's been great to learn kind of even more of the behind the scenes of what you do. Yeah. Hearing about the stories with the players, your connections, the fans, the breaking news. It's been great.
News. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that Vince Young story maybe off air.
All right, that works.
Sorry, guys. I'll give you guys.
Also, I'm glad we figured out that Mr. Dolphin's a terrible name. So I think we've covered the whole thing today, which is great. But man, I hope to have you back again sometime soon. We got to schedule it and get you back. Maybe when the season's going, maybe we can talk about something really happening on the field and we can actually get your opinion.
There we go.
How about that?
I don't mean to sound like it's such a oh God, this guy is such a tight ass. He's like, yeah, I'm not gonna say anything. No,
I mean it's fair. It's fair. But you got to give it to me. If it's 6 games in the season, we're gonna get something from you.
Oh no, definitely. I mean, I have a good hot take on Cam Ward, but that's for another story.
Okay.
But I just wanted to say, guys, I want to say it's been an honor and thank you guys so much for give me a chance to speak and your platform. You guys are doing great. Keep up the good work, man. It just keep grinding and you guys already have a good chemistry already, and you guys got good personalities. And as long as you don't try to gatekeep like certain people we know, then you should be all right. And I think you guys are doing great. So keep up the good work, man.
I appreciate it, dude.
Community, man. We'll try to extend your reach, doing some similar stuff. Just being unique and being more collective than
just the most important thing is just to be positive and try to to reach as many people as you can. You know, don't use the platform to degrade anyone or to make, and that's, if you're like that, and it's not going to work. But if you're the other way and you're all about just, that's what I try to do. Any positive outcome, anything, and just try to reach one person and then go from there, man.
Well, it's true, man. And we're on the same page. That's what we're all about. And I really think that it's great to connect, because I think we can kind of vibe that out in each other. You know, we know we're not that other type of dude. So, we're just dancing. We're just dancing around Titan Anderson's name. I'm going to throw it out there. I apologize. You know, I was
going to say, we don't have any of the sunglasses like
that. And
I'm
not, you know, hey, I've never met him. I'm sure he's, you know, maybe he's a different dude in person, but we've had our time.
He's a prick.
Well, I think of anything, that was the best note to end on. So, man, like I said, I genuinely appreciate your time. For everybody that has tuned in to this podcast, whatever episode number this is going to be when we post it, we appreciate you guys so much as always, just sticking around. 20.
Oh. No, I take that back. We got 19. We got the AFC South battles, and then it's him. So I'm wrong.
Well, you know. Just do that thing that Mr. Titan doesn't like. Just edit that part.
Just skip it to we're laughing. Like, you made a joke. Like, you're like,
oh, it's great. It's great.
He's a prick, and then the laugh. There you go.
It's been a fun one, man. This has been great, and we hope you guys have enjoyed this. I'm sure you have, and we thank Mr. Titan so much for coming on. Definitely check out his socials. If somehow in some world you do not follow this man, find him online, give him a follow, and support what he does out there. And if you guys are thinking about coming out to the Jets versus Titans on September 13th, you better be there a day early and see all three of us at that Mr. Titan event. Help out a good cause, join the raffles, see some cool people, meet some new friends, and connect with each other. That's really going to be so awesome. I can't wait to see it and to be there. But thank you guys as always. You can find our new episodes dropping every Monday and Thursday, 8 a.m. Central, 9 a.m. Eastern. You can follow us on X at The Titan Sector and on TikTok at the.titan.sector. We're always on those two, just pumping out material and engaging with you guys. Thanks as always. We appreciate you guys staying around. Take care of each other. Titan up.